Hello everyone. This is Srinibai from Axel Data Customer Success, and in today's video, we'll learn how to add Databricks data source in ADOC. The agenda of the today's video would be the data a Databricks data source overview. Then we'll follow it up with the configuration properties, configuration prerequisites for Databricks, and also the configuration properties. We'll then follow it up with the configuration data source configuration demo, where we'll be going through the various parameters or options that need to be provided while we are uh, creating a data source for Databricks in ADOC. And then we'll end up with any configuration FAQs. So what is a data source in ADOC? So data source in an ADOC is a location where data and application infrastructure of enterprises collected and stored in cloud. So we create an asset or a connection object providing the details of the data source, and the ADOC would internally uh, create jobs and would connect to the data source, and based on the configuration details that are provided, uh, extract the metadata and profile results. Databricks is a cloud-based big data processing platform. You can use Databricks to easily configure and deploy data processing clusters with just a few clicks. To add Databricks as a data source, you must first create or use an existing data plane. Once the Databricks has been added as a data source, we may view the specifics of your assets from the Databricks under ADOC's data reliability, and also the computing details from the compute tab for the particular Databricks database. What are the benefits of Databricks integration with ADOC? Integrating Databricks with Excel Data's ADOC provides for various benefits for enterprises looking to improve their data management and observability. The first point is comprehensive data observability. By integrating Databricks analytics and processing capabilities with ADOC's data quality monitoring, lineage tracing, and anomaly detection, the integration enables comprehensive data observability. This collaboration helps to maintain data reliability and integrity throughout the data pipelines. End-to-end visibility. The organizations obtain end-to-end visibility into their and data operations by integrating Databricks with ADOC. Organizations may trace data from their source to destination, discover bottlenecks or flaws in the conversions, resolve data quality concerns proactively. This comprehensive perspective improves data governance and compliance initiatives. The third point is improved data quality and reliability. So when combined with Databricks, ADOC's data quality monitoring capabilities enable real-time detection of data abnormalities and quality issues. This ensures that the data utilized for analytics and machine learning within Databricks is correct and reliable, which results in a more reliable insights and better decision making. Um, Point number four is simplified troubleshooting. This bundled solution simplifies the troubleshooting by offering a unified platform by identifying and resolving data issues. Data teams can immediately identify the cause of data issues uh, whenever and whether they arise in Databricks workflows or in the data pipelines. And once this root cause is identified, the teams can actually take appropriate corrective actions to fix the issues. We can also use Databricks performance optimization mechanisms, where Databricks performance can be optimized through integration with ADOC. Data experts can improve Databricks job efficiency, minimize the processing cost, improve overall data pipeline performance by detecting and addressing the data quality of processing bottlenecks. In conclusion, combining Databricks and Excel Data ADOC provides a comprehensive data observability, end-to-end visibility, enhanced data quality, faster debugging, and optimized speed. This combination enables enterprises to maximize the value of their data, data analytics, and machine learning workflows while maintaining data integrity and reliability. So, what are the prerequisites that would be required for configuring a data source from Databricks? So, as we know, Databricks can be hosted on multiple cloud platforms. So, right now with ADOC, we support the Databricks that is hosted or configured on top of Azure and AWS. So, as part of the common prerequisites, we would need access to the ADOC platform, a Databricks workspace, the Databricks workspace ID, Databricks warehouse ID, and personal access tokens for connecting to the Databricks. In particular, for Databricks configured on Azure, uh, we would we would need an Azure account with required permissions, access to the Azure portals, and service principal details like subscription ID, tenant ID, client secret, resource group, managed resource group, etc. For AWS, we would need the AWS account with required permissions, AWS IAM user credentials, access key ID, secret access key, required cost explorer and pricing permissions. Uh, and the last one is required for getting the computing details from Databricks. So all this configuration details like IDs, the various IDs, the secret keys would be provided to you by your Azure or AWS admins. Uh, now let's go to now let's go to ADOC UI and try to configure, and I'll show you how to configure the Databricks resources. Um, the first thing is you'll have to make sure that we will have to confirm that a data plane, we need data plane to connect to Databricks and crawl and get the metadata. So we have to confirm that the data plane should be up and running. Then click on the data source. Click on select the Databricks for compute and reliability. You could provide the data source name and data source description, and then click on the compute observability and data reliability. So these are optional. So you could actually choose to get uh, if you could actually choose if you want to enable and get the computing details from for Databricks or not, or you just want to get the data reliability details from the source. Once you also select the data plane that you need. Once you select the data plane, you can click on next. So what I've done here is I have already created a Databricks for the sake of this particular call. I would be showing that, and we could discuss about the various details that we have provided there as part of the configuration. So just selecting Databricks in the filter. This is the resource that I had created. I'll just select on Edit Configuration. Um, yeah, I'll click on Next. You could see the in the drop down. You could see the cloud providers that Databricks is configured on, Azure and AWS. We will discuss both of these. Now, anything you need, any questions while you're configuring the details, any questions while configuring the details in for this particular data source. You need your AWS admin team or your Azure admins need some documentation. Just click on this link, which will redirect to the corresponding documentation page, and the team and you could get detailed information on that on the options that we provide as part of this configuration. So going back to the details, under Azure, we need to provide the Databricks workspace name, the token. Token expiry time is not necessary, and also the JDBC URL to connect to the cluster. The JDBC, the details of the JDBC URL would include options like what is the transport mode, the HTTP path, the auth mechanism, etc. So your Azure admins will be able to provide you the details of this JDBC URL. Uh, Alternative, and also we can also provide the select the data plane engine, which is Spark or Pushdown. For if we select Spark, the query generation, right, or the queries that are run would be run on the Spark engine within the data ADOC data plane pod. In case of Pushdown, the queries would be pushed down onto the onto the underlying Databricks cluster. If you select push down, some additional configuration would be needed. We recommend you to connect to us when you are doing this configuration, so that we can understand your requirements and guide you through what kind of uh, data plane engine or for processing could be better used for your use cases. Alternatively, you could also select the option to use the service principal. um, uh, you could get the service principal client ID, service principal client secret, the Azure tenant ID, and also JDBC URL from your Azure admins. So when before you configure the resource, you would need to have a discussion with them to understand what kind of an share the details with them, and also try to understand what kind of an authentication mechanism they would uh, they would like us to they would like us to have as part of configuring this data source in ADOC. Similarly, if you select AWS, we would need to provide similar details for configuration as we just provided here. Let us click on. Let us revert back to the original values. Click on test connection, and once the test connection is successful, we'd be able to go to the next screen. Okay. Under this, you can select if the Unity catalog on Databricks is enabled or not. If the Unity catalog is enabled, you could select the same, and then you could provide the catalog name. Else, we have to not use this toggle, provide the database name, and we would extract and ADOC would extract the metadata from the particular database. This is the JDBC record fetch size that needs to be provided. Uh, this is based on the volume of the data in on your Databricks site. Additionally, you can also enable the data freshness monitoring, schema drift monitoring, and also enable the schedule for crawling, where you could provide the details of the crawlers, and also create the or provide the option to notify the users in case of failures or success. Let us cancel and exit. So let me show you the metadata that has been loaded. So this was the data source that we had created. So this is the DQ demo, Databricks database. We had these tables on the Databricks side, which we have loaded. You could see on you could see on the catalog you could see on the catalog UI. Um, you could see the tables that are loaded. You can select any of the table, and within the table you could see the overview of it. If the policy for this particular table, for the sake of this particular demo, I have configured some policies and ran it so that we could show you the results, the results of the policy on the overview page. You could see the data reliability and the data quality score. It's basically the various the kinds of data quality or policies that we could configure. I just configured a data quality policy, and based on, because it's only one policy configured, the score for that is considered as a data reliability score. If there are multiple policies configured, we would have a data reliability score created as a combination of the individual policy scores. We will be discussing more detail into the overview of these policies in a different video. You could also see the data reliability scores, the historical runs of this particular for this particular table, the data quality objects that are created on top of it. Under cadence, you could see the trend of data freshness. You could also see the profiling results where as part of the crawling we also do a profile after the crawling is done, and you could see the type, the column names, the type of the data type of the column, the null percentage, the distinct records, the patterns, the maximum and minimum length, average length, and the maximum and minimum values, the average values for any of the integer columns, the standard deviation for it, array maximum minimum array length, etc. You could also see the sample data for from the particular Databricks table. You could also add various segments for this table for analysis. You could see the lineage of this particular table, like you could add the lineage if required. You could see the relationships for this table. For example, the relationship between a data source to a database to a table, and also the various columns within it. We could also observe any schema changes for this particular table, any metadata that we want to enrich, the various profiling settings that we want to change, like what columns you want to run a profile on, what are the incremental strategies, etc. Also the recommendations that the internal ADOC engine gives as part of the data quality runs that is configured for Databricks, the query logs, and also the asset similarity across the asset similarity across the across ADOC for similar assets. Moving on to the slides. So this was a quick introduction video on how Databricks data source could be integrated with ADOC. We strongly encourage you to share your questions on this via the comments on this particular video. Any specific details that you need with related to the resource configurations, specifically the what kind of authentication mechanism to be used, what are the various details that needs to be provided in the authentication in the login during the configuration of the data source, like authentication mechanism. Do I use a service principal, or do I need a what is the subscription ID that I use, tenant ID, what's access key, secret key? Any questions, please feel free to connect to us, and we'll be happy to connect to have a call with your Azure and AWS admins, and try to provide a solution and answer for you, and answer the queries that are required. If you're unable to get a response to your comment, please continue the conversation on this on the discussion forum in the Excel Data Network portal. This is the link for the same. So this is it. I hope you had a you are able to get the details of configuring Databricks on ADOC. Thank you. Have a great day.